Citizens, how are you today? Look at this! I got myself a Sulian, but I don't. I don't actually own one. I just happen to have this one right now because it is Alien Day. It's starting right now, and there we go. We're getting it open. So if you have a game account, you may have noticed that you have access to 4 ships that you normally don't have. The Sulian, this one here, the Santokii, the Carthu All, and then the hoverbike, the Nox. You have access to those. I can't remember until when. Free ships to fly around. It's been a while since I've been in this one. I do remember there's like gun rack. Where's this components? That's components. What's this? What's this? There we go. You got like a gun rack here, and you got like components over there. You got more components there, I believe. And you have an elevator. If I recall, a very quick elevator. Yes. Into like a little living quarter here. You got a little bed here. You got the bathroom with the weird, crazy, fancy toilet paper here. I mean, the Xi'an have super tech for all their stuff. Look at that. All that special technology just for pooping. Amazing. So we do have that, plus this somehow for alien physiology. We do have like the little like sitting area here, and we're gonna go up to the pilot seat. Now this is gonna be kind of interesting for me because this is gonna be something I don't like doing, which is flying this ship. Honestly, flying it's fun. Taking off and landing, taking off outside, or when you have a hangar that opens up to the sky there, that's fun. But if your hangar opens up over there like I do over there, yeah, it's not as easy. So this is not really one of my favorite ships, and this ship is sold as a starter. Why is... Oh, it's because it's hitting the wrong key. I was wondering why it wasn't working. This is sold as a starter. It's sold as a premium starter. Now, honestly, the Nomad, premium starter. This is not a starter ship. This is not a ship for someone to learn how to fly. I haven't tried it out in Master Modes. We're going to see what that's like. It has been a while since I have played this game, and there is a reason for that. It's just I haven't been playing a lot of Star Citizen. I have been playing a little bit. Why am I not lifting off? Oh, because I have to push forwards, not spacebar, because I am facing straight up. Again, this is why this gets difficult for me to fly. This is why I'm using my external view. I've just been not playing a lot of Star Citizen and not producing any content. I have been just kind of taking it easy. A lot of this, if you've been following my channel, you know I've been dealing with quite a bit lately. My dad had gotten quite sick, is still quite sick. It's not something he's really going to recover from. Helping him with that, helping my mom out, dealing with a bunch of other stuff, including there's some property that I might want to buy, but it only depends if my sisters don't want to buy it, because if they do, I don't want to fight them on it. Trying to put solar on my house, that's something that's been taking a lot of time and has been very interesting to deal with. Trying to fix up just random house things and deal with them. All well, work gets into its most busiest time of the year, and why am I not moving fast? Oh, it's because... There we go. Landing gear up. There we go. Now we're moving. I mean, once you're in the ship and flying around, it is a pretty fun ship. And so definitely check out Alien Week and check out this ship. If you love it and want to buy it and want to fly it, good for you. I use it for free, and that's it. I will not be buying one of these ships. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, work. Work is crazy right now. Super busy, super packed, lots of stress in there, leading up until the end of the month when finally I have some time off and I'm going to go on a bit of a vacation. So unfortunately, even though I'm producing this in like a couple weeks, I'm going to be away for a bit. But I do have kind of a plan on how to deal with that. So hopefully I have something in the work. On top of that, PayPal really messed something up on me, which kind of messed up this channel a bit. I'm not going to get into that in this video. I'll talk about that in a future video because I am trying to get that sorted out. But it's been about 2 weeks now and I still don't have that sorted out. So instead, I'm going to talk... I'm not spelling things right. There we go. We're just going to do something kind of relaxing. Now, I have been mining using a prospector. And if you look here, I'm out at 2.3 million UEC just by doing that. But I've stopped using the prospector because my main issue with it is that I'm still waiting for the newer patch, the 3.23, the one with the hangers and like different things like that to come out, and that will cause you to lose refinery jobs. And so instead I could just sell things right away, but then I'm losing half of the money I'm making, and I don't know if there's going to be a wipe with UEC anyways because of all the people taking advantage of a pretty massive game bug that makes it harder to make money doing salvage unless you have got in on the ground floor. Hopefully that gets fixed as well. Hopefully that kind of all gets kind of put together. But so I've just been kind of playing and relaxing. I haven't been doing a lot of money making as much as just kind of flying around, just seeing the sites, checking things out. I still haven't checked out the animals, so I'm going to be doing that. But honestly, I've been so stressed and so busy. The thought of producing any content was kind of rough, and also just the fact that I've just been too busy to even be playing the game most days. So I got some time now. We're going to do something a little bit different. The hint is, if you kind of like notice when I'm looking around, I've got myself a Pembroke suit on. Now, one thing I do miss is the Pembroke helmet used to have an interior. I kind of miss that. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. And it is gone now. But I do have the Pembroke suit on. I don't have the backpack on. Ooh, I've seen to... First of all, holy smokes, can I turn my head around? I don't have the backpack on. I've just got the helmet and the undersuit. What I'm planning on doing is I'm going to go over to Lorville, and I'm going to buy myself a new ship with some of my money. Not a flying ship. I'm going to buy myself a ground vehicle. That ground vehicle is going to be a Great Cat Rock. I could rent one. I don't know if the price has gone up, but it should be about $2,500 to rent. Maybe it's gone up. I know some prices increased. I don't know how much it costs to buy. It used to be about $172,000. We'll see if it's gone up in that. So I'm gonna go to New Deal. We're gonna go check out New Deal. We're gonna go buy ourselves a rock. We're gonna get out of this ship here, and we're gonna go into a ship that can carry the rock. And I'm gonna do a little bit of rock mining. That's something I haven't done in this patch at all, or since Master Move started. Based on what I know from mining in a prospector, I don't think it's going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be better. I think it has actually gotten a little bit worse. And I'll kind of get into that when I'm flying around and show you what I'm talking about. But the main thing is they've changed the HUD. So right now we can see we have the HUD on here. We've got all these markers here, but we don't have any on the edges. So if I point here, new markers are showing up that weren't there before. See, now all these markers right here are there, but if I move back this way, they disappear. Then I point at them, they appear again. The whole reason of having a HUD is to not have to use other means, like your hands, looking at screens. So the fact that if I want to go find a location, I can go to this map now, and the map itself is better. I do like this. I do like the search function. I don't like that it's having issues trying to find its way around. A lot of times it's not making routes and you have to kind of do it yourself. But the fact that you can't just look around for different things and know where they are based on the edge makes it hard, because it's also the same for scanning and mining. When I'm scanning, first of all, I've now lost the city. See, this is the issue. Let's go back to Lorville. Let's set a route there. Where's Lorville? There it is. If you're pinging scans to find asteroids, all the results you get from your pings, it used to be able to see if there was something beside you or behind you that was like 200, or say 2 kilometers away, 2,000 meters away, it would show up. And you go, oh, I just passed something that showed up to my side or to my back. And especially with rock mining, where you're looking for pings that show up within 3 kilometers, it's a lot harder when it'll only show up if you're pointed directly at it. that's a huge issue. It's definitely something that I don't think they should keep. I think that it needs to be fixed, is what I'm saying. So let's. Where are we going now? Where is the spaceport? Oh, it's right in front of me. It's really hard to see. It's really smoky here now. This is a cool sounding ship, I will say that. And I do like the purple. And I like that it's purple with white and red. Why are they impounding my... I'm too low. Let's get over this. There we go. Unlike the, say, the Vandal Glaive, which is all red, so everything is red, or the all orange Nomad, I do like this has got pink, but with like blue and white, all the different colors here. Lots of people here, kind of hanging out, flying around. Someone was coming in for a landing here. Can't tell what they are in. I can't really see it that well. I could target them, but I try not to target people coming into a spaceport. It does get them a little bit paranoid. So we're in close enough here. Let's find our hangar, and there it is, directly below us. And look at what the. First of all, it's a Banner Defender over me. Secondly, there's a C1 in my hangar. Why is there C1 in my hangar? Oh no, it wasn't. Okay. So this is where it gets more interesting. I'm going to go right over top of my hangar, which has another ship in it. That's annoying. Then we're going to point up into the air. Then we're going to go to an external view and rotate around. And now we're going to put our landing gear down, which somehow spun me around again. That was really annoying. Oh, and now I've moved. This is why I don't like this ship. This is why I would not recommend this ship for new players. It's... Oh, at least the... Oop, that was the wrong way. There we go. At least the C2 seems... Or the C1, I should say, seems to have disappeared. Ooh, but I'm actually doing pretty good. I mean, not bad. I will take it. Alright. Let's get a nice shot for this landing. There we go. Just remember, I'm using S now, not the normal landing, because I'm facing the different way, so. Land. Perfect. Surprisingly well, considering. Going to get out of our seat here. And there we are. The only time during this Alien Week that I'm going to be flying this, probably. It is kind of fun in combat, so I mean, it is maybe something I would fly again, but it's just, I find it stressful. All the way down, I do like the speed of the elevator. Door. I do like the little floaty steps. As much as I don't like the floaty landing gear on the Nomad, I do like the floaty steps on this. Another complaint I have about this is it holds 2 SCU here, 2 SCU there, but it only holds 2 1 SCU containers. It doesn't snap a 2 SCU on a diagonal, which I kind of wish it did. It would make it kind of more useful. Overall, a cool looking ship. If you buy right now, you get, I think, 2 paints with it. Ooh, also, there is still some CCU, Warbond CCUs, so you can save money. I think it's the Santokiai or the Carthuwal. One of them has a $20 Warbond CCU. The Banu Merchantman is a $650 ship, but if you get a Warbond CCU, you can get a CCU and lock in on a $600 price. So that's kind of cool. If you are thinking one day you might want to get a Merchantman, but you're just kind of waiting on it, picking up that CCU if you don't already have it will save you for sure, because it's not like that ship is going to go down in price at any point when it gets closer to release. So if you can get it for $600 now as the final price, and that wouldn't be the final price you pay, because if you're playing the CCU game, you can build your way up by just slowly finding ways to fill in the gaps on those CCUs, and you get yourself a Merchantman. So that is available now. We're gonna go decide what ship we're gonna use.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval
So we're
system.
gonna store the Sulian. We have the Prospector, we have the 600 to 800. Those are all ones that I bought in game. The MR, the Nomad would work. The Star Runner is a 21-minute claim. but I could
The
actually
insurance claim has
get
been
that down
settled.
for, you know, a few thousand when I'm ready to go. That's probably the one I'll use. I'll use the Star Runner. So that's what I think I'm going to use. I'm going to use the Star Runner. It is overall a better one. It's easier to drive in and out with the Rock. Plus, it's got a lot of internal cargo space. So let's jump ahead a bit when we have our ship. So here we are at HDMS Anderson, and we're going to pull out the Rock here on pad 1. Easy to find when you're at Platinum Bay because the pads are right outside. Now I couldn't get this out at Lorville because it's not easy to fly to where the garages are. It's kind of an issue. Once the new hangars are in, this can be a lot easier. This step can be skipped where you can just take the Rock out at your personal hangar, place it into your ship from the cargo elevator. At least that's my understanding, and it'll make it much better. But we're in the Rock here. Kind of always reminds me of the times I've driven a Bobcat. So we're just going to head over to our Star Run over there. Look at that beautiful ship. So just going to drive over. We're going to get in there and we're going to start mining. I haven't really decided. I mean, it's better to not mine near a place you could jump to, like Anderson. So I might fly up into the air, and from there we're just going to search around. You'll also notice I have something else in there. Because it's Alien Week, we do have the Nox. So I grabbed one of those to try out, and I parked it in there. Plenty of room in the Star Runner for all those things. So one thing I always try to remember to do is turn off my engines before I get out. That way it's not idling away, it's not loud. Also, it tends to be more stable, not jumping around. But here's the Nox, kind of a cool looking thing. So we're going to close up our ramps here. Now, it's always good to keep your ramps closed if there's people around. That way they can't run into your ship. That's why I like the Nomad, because no one can really steal your ship because it automatically closes the ladder behind you when you get out. So we can see we've grabbed a few more things here. Got some multi-tools, got some crews, some helmets. I'm just going to take what I need. I don't really know if I need the medical attachment, but I might as well grab that. Some drinks, some protein, and I don't really need much else. So I do have my my Pembroke suit here, but I'm going to take it off in order to have a drink. You can see I have plenty of drinks also stored in my suit. Once I've hydrated, I got to remember to put my helmet back on, and we're good to go. Now, to mine on this moon, we're going to definitely need the Pembroke suit because of how hot it is, and that way you can survive, because the Rock itself is open to the elements, so there is no contained cockpit. So if it's hot or cold or there's no oxygen, you can't spend your time just in your ship like you can with most ships. It doesn't have something to protect you. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna try to place this. Why can't I place this? Might as well put our food somewhere. There we go. Some of the interactions are kind of weird. I'm gonna jump ahead here once I remember to put my helmet on. 2, when I'm in space. I'm gonna go in space. I'm gonna drop down from the moon, just kind of aiming for a relatively non populated area, so one where I'm most likely not going to see anyone. So it's another reason why I like mining on moons, is because the atmosphere is really low, so being able to get up into space and jump is actually quite quick. In fact, instead of jumping ahead, I could just kind of take you along for the ride here, at least a little bit, getting me out of the atmosphere. So engines on, tilt up, and we are in the SCM mode, which isn't as fast as you can go, plus our landing gear down. So you can see we're moving quite slow with our landing gear down. So raising them up, you'll notice how much quicker we suddenly start moving. So gotta remember to put my landing gear down to land, gotta remember to take it up in order to fly away. So we'll do a little bit of jump here. We're pretty much out of the atmosphere now, and we're gonna do some mining. Here we are, order marker 1. That will get us up into space, and at this order marker, we're going to be able to look down and find where the sun is on this planet. I do like to have light so I can see what I'm doing. So there we go. Orbital marker 4 seems pretty good. But if we just kind of aim here, we look like we're pretty bright as well. So just going to start heading towards the surface, flying down. Now I've switched to my nav flight mode. That's going to make me a bit faster. And now I've uncoupled. So that's going to make it easier to fly down because I'm not going to be using fuel. Once I get up to full speed, I can just let myself coast. This is going to take a while, so I will do an actual edit cut here, and we'll see what happens when we get close to the surface. You're just going to be watching for when you start getting an altitude reading on your HUD, and that's when you're going to have to know when you have to start braking to make sure you don't hit the surface. So the altitude just popped up. We are at 22 kilometers above the surface, 20, 19. We're falling pretty quick, so I've turned coupled back on, and I'm just going to mouse wheel down my fastest speed. Details are starting to come in, but we're still over 10 kilometers from the surface, so just using my braking thrusters I can slow down a bit faster, but I don't think I'm really going to need it because I am now going quite slow. When I get closer, I'm going to start pinging. I'm just going to start looking for radar signals. And this is, again, what's kind of annoying is that the radar signals don't really show up on your periphery, so you have to kind of be looking straight ahead and find them. But there's one at the top of the screen there you can see, but not until I point at it. It gives me a distance, 9.7 kilometers. Well, I am 10 kilometers up when I set that ping. That's not going to help me. I want to find things that suddenly show up new in about 3 kilometers or less. Those are what I'm looking for. So I'm still going to be pinging away, looking for more things to show up, but until I get to an altitude of 3 kilometers, it's really not going to give me at all what I want. But it's good to know what's around there, so I'm not seeing something new for the first time. So that one directly below me, that's showed up at around 6 kilometers away. Still probably not what I'm looking for, but I'm going to head down towards that direction, looking for more pings to show up. Just kind of like spinning around here as I go. This allows me to cover a lot of directions at once, as opposed to just what I see in front of me, because I can't spin 360 while I'm flying trying to see if I've got any new things to show up behind me. But we're going to keep going here. If this starts giving me more of an update, excuse me, I mean, I'm getting a bit of a cold here, at about 2 kilometers, oh, maybe this might actually be better than what I was expecting, because it's 1.2 kilometers. I'm still not getting a signal showing me that these might be an asteroid. I think this might be what I'm looking for. Ooh, and there's a tight bunch there. I guess I could scan for gem rocks a bit farther out than I thought. We do have a small pile of gems here. There we go. More update. Looks like about maybe 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like 10. 10. Now I can scan this, but, you know, 10 rocks I always say mine. Even if it's dolomite or aphrite, it's always worth it. But we're trying to scan this. We're not really getting a scan of what it is. It is kind of hard to point this. Maybe we'll just land. We're gonna go right beside the rock so you can see them just above my ship in this view. We're gonna land kind of beside it. We want to find a nice flat place to land that's close by. This looks pretty perfect. This game is gorgeous. That just looks terrific there. Alright. So, we're gonna shut off our engines. We're going to check. That looks relatively flat. I think we are good to go. Now you could open up your exterior from the pilot seat and then confirm, but that looks really flat, so I'm pretty confident it's going to be fine. I did remember to put my helmet on when I drink, so I don't have to worry about that. And I do miss being able to lock these doors open so that we could actually run all the way back without really taking much time. It's going to be helpful when there's atmospheric pressures in the game and you can vent a ship, but at the same time I'd like to be able to open things up. So open up our ramp, get into our rock. Perfect. Engines on. And now we're just going to slowly back out. Sometimes if your ramp is in the ground, that gives you a bit of a jump. But there is our rocks right ahead. And if we go into mining mode, we should be able to see right away. Hadnite. Perfect. So, ooh, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there's 10. Yeah, maybe I counted right. We're going to mine these Hadnite. Shouldn't take us too long. can see this one here. Mass is at 0.84, so these are the bigger ones. So they should give us about, I forget how many each. I don't know, we should get maybe about like 250, 300 Hadanite from this node, I think. I think so. Now, I've noticed it says like the rock here, this one is like hard to read. It's shaking around 89 or 69%. I've seen some highs 80. I don't really think that currently makes a big difference in how many gems you get out of it, but we're just using Alt and the mouse wheel to control our power. I start mining the rock before I finish scanning because I'm never worried about overcharging the rock before the scanning's done. So see even here, I'm going to start mining. I'm going to put my power all the way up to 100, and there we go. And that's just saved us a little bit of time while we're mining this. It'll be a little bit quicker. See, this one here is 68% again, but lighter mass, 0.75. But if I look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Looks like I get 29 or 30 rocks, or gems I should say, from that rock. So it's about 30 each. It's not bad. That's pretty good. That means I'm about 60 just with those. Now that pulsing is just kind of, I think, server lag. But we're going to get our power right back up quickly and start putting power into here. We don't have to start dialing back our power until we're close to the green. So see right here and dial it back. No problem. Very easy to mine Hadanite in the rock. I can see why there's no Janolite with a rock miner though. It would be such a good haul if you could find stuff like that. But happy with this. Hadanite, can't complain with this. This is why I like Aberdeen. It's such a good moon because of the amount of Hadanite you tend to find. I'm just really shocked that it showed up at such a far distance. So we've got a few more nodes here to go. We're almost halfway there, I think. Mining away. This one's looking like it's going to be a good way to pay off this rock. So I just bought this rock, and we're definitely going to make the money back if we can sell what we're finding here today. So pretty good haul. This is why it's worth it to rent a rock if you don't have one. You can rent a rock and a Cutlass Black, and you can pay both of those rentals off and then just start earning profit. And there's no mining lasers to switch out on the rocks yet, so the stock rock that you rent is the same as the one that you purchase. The only difference is you only have it for 24 hours, but it's only a couple grand. So if you have a ship that can hold one of these, you want to give it a go, I mean, you can make a couple grand back pretty easy. No problem at all. This one's taking a bit longer to fill up in the charge window. But you notice all the little gems on the ground. When I'm not pointing at them, they don't show me where they are. They don't show up at the edge of the screen. Again, this is something that's kind of, I'm not a fan of with the changes with scanning, and I really hope that they kind of bring it back. It's not always useful to have everything on your HUD clear and to remove everything. Sometimes it's better to actually have things you can see while you're doing something, and seeing the pings that are around you, behind and in front. I mean, they do show up the enemy ones when you're fighting, but at the same time, why not show the pings when you're looking for something when you're mining? I would love it if you could set up your scanning modes to have like a mining mode, so miners could scan all around their ship as opposed to forwards, and those pings would show up on their head. That would be awesome. Here we go, 4 more left. Now, I used to start extracting every like 2 or 3 rocks, but it's been pretty good where like it hasn't really affected the server if I have a ton of little gems all around, so I haven't really been worried about it too much. But if you're worried about it, or if you're worried about a crash, I did have a crash rock mining in the previous patch, and there is the crash recovery where it says, you know, server recovery, wait, and you just kind of, you're locked on your screen, and then it comes into a new server. 2 things about that. One is, in a rock, you can overheat and suffocate because you're not being protected. So I'm going to do some extracting here while I talk about this. The other thing is some of the rocks I was mining respawned on top of themselves, and so all the rocks were double, meaning I was trying to extract 2 rocks at a time and they were flipping back and forth between each other. But also, once I cracked one, the other one would still be there, and I got double the amount of gems out of it. So, kind of a cool little bug, but not really a useful bug. And honestly, it was so hard to extract, I would almost just suck up everything I already had and move on. So here we are, we're extracting now. We got 4.0 micro SU, so I think that's about 40. I think that's how that works. So if you just move that decimal place over, I think I got about 40 gems so far. Some of these are not sucking up. I can see them kind of just moving around, so we're going to ignore those for a bit. We're just going to take the ones here. Don't wing your laser all over the place while you're trying to extract. You have a huge chance of just flinging one of those gems behind you and away from you. So it's good to go kind of slow and just pick everything up and put it into the storage behind. So we're just vacuuming all these here, and then those ones I couldn't quite get, I'll just have to reposition and try, but don't drive while your extraction beam's on. So extract, move the beam, hold it, let it bring everything in, or just move very slow like I'm just doing there, and then turn the beam off and drive. Reposition. Look around now, because you can't tell if any actually got flung away, because before you would see those gem markers on the edge of your screen. Now they could be behind me and I don't know. So once you're done, just kind of do a 360, take a look around, see if you see any of those gems show up, and go get them. So, well, these are extracting now. They just weren't before. Maybe that one is behind a rock. All right, we're gonna pick these up. It looks like I'm at about 120 gems so far. I guess about 300 for all the rocks, so I might be pretty close on that. Bring these in. Perfect. This is awesome. This is going really well. I cannot believe that the first thing I pinged on that I flew towards was 10 Hadnite. Makes me happy for the future of rock mining. So we turn the laser off. We're going to kind of reposition. Now I've hit a rock here. This vehicle, excuse me, this vehicle doesn't handle as well as it used to. The steering is kind of wonky. In one of the updates, it's a little bit too fast, where the steering just goes hard left, hard right, right away. I'm not a fan of that. The power of the wheels is definitely gone, where this thing doesn't accelerate, doesn't climb. They've made a few changes that I can't say make the rock drivable. And as far as an industrial vehicle, I would say make it slower, but make it be able to climb a hill. That would make sense. So, I don't know. They tweak something one way, hopefully they tweak it back the other way. Maybe I should start making issue councils videos where I'll talk about something that I would like a change. If you kind of agree, I'll link to that issue council. We can get those notified. What do you think? Maybe that'd be a good idea. Back to fracture mode here. 3 more to go. Looks like I'm 197, I think, ish. 198 gems so far in our cargo. Kind of wonky. The text is overwriting itself, but that's okay. Slow progress, but, you know, this is why I like to mine. It's just relaxing. It'll be great when you can have, like, little animals running by. I will say, mining in Klesher was annoying, because the NPCs purposely walk between you and the beam, and then get hit, and you get targeted for that. That's kind of annoying. So, hopefully they make the NPCs a bit smarter. Although, it's a good way to get other players more jail time. Alright, we're going to just get these last 2. Again, sorry for my voice. I've been fighting it all day. For the first half, I was kind of holding it back, but I've definitely caught a cold at work or at the hospital. I've been spending a lot of time at both. And not sleeping, so this is only getting worse and worse. I'm going to take it, maybe after this video, I'm going to take a break for a couple days. Just try to, like, rest my voice and get a bit better. But I can't rest from work. It's so close to the end of the year. It's so busy. I'm going to push through that, but I have some pretty awesome stuff coming up at the end of the month that I'm excited about. So I just got to make it to the end of the month with my health, even if I have to push a little bit hard in the middle of the month to get there. All right, we're almost at the last rock. And now we'll just start extracting. Ooh, look at that. I got like 7 of them right at once. Just a big blob of them. Now it's at one at a time again. One of a time. That's not the right words. Thanks, NyQuil. Alright, we're gonna suck these 3 here. Get those ones. At about 230 now. So I might be a little shy of the 300 I was hoping for, but it's gonna be close. And this is still much quicker than if you were picking these up by hand. I remember the first time I used a rock, it worked, and then all of a sudden everything broke and the extraction beam was super wonky. It would they would spin around the end of your extractor for a while, just kind of like a tornado. But it's been pretty smooth now, even with bad servers. So there's some closer to me here. Okay. Oh, there's one there. So see, these ones kind of got flung, I'm guessing, because they're like under where I was. There's one over on my right there. There's another one way over there on the right. There's another one right under this rock here. So these are the ones that I said you used to be able to tell that they're flinging around, but now I think that's the only one under that rock there. So I think I'm okay, but I'm gonna take like a quick turn here. You know what? I think we're fine. We're gonna go 1 rock's not too bad, 1 gem. We're gonna see how many we actually got, because there's probably a bunch all over the place. So I'm gonna get out, go to cargo. Don't forget to close. And now let's see, how many do we get? 291. Not bad. So I can't transfer because I'm not on vehicle. I'm a personal inventory. There you go. 291 Hadonite. That's not bad at all. That was about maybe 15, 20 minutes. And fun. Let's see if we can find another node. We've got a bit more time. I want to do maybe 1 more node. Then we're not gonna get too greedy. We're gonna go sell and see if we can make some profit on this. So back into our pilot seat, doing a little bit of flying, a little bit of spamming of the scan button. We're gonna find ourselves. Where am I? Why am I over in this seat? This is not the right seat. Okay, let's try that again. Come on. Let me in. There we go. In the correct seat. Perfect. Alright, and we're powered up. Do a little bit of flying. And we'll just start pinging as we go, and we're going to look around. I'm really... Oh, I think. Okay. So, very slow here, not moving very fast. Landing gear's up. That's okay. We're just going to do a little spin here. But before long, we're going to have to put the landing gear up. That'll get us to move a bit faster. This does give you a nice slow control, so if you're trying to like go slow over surface. But it does hold me back a bit. So we're going to landing gear up. We're going to head towards the sun. 2 reasons for that. That way we can still keep the planet surface relatively well lit while we're looking around. Also, it's a good bearing, so if I start spinning around like this looking for different pings, I can always head back to the heading that I was on. So maybe change my angle of my scan. I don't know if that's really helping. Like, does that only aim at the front? I don't know. Keep it out, keep looking, keep pinging. Ignore the contract. I don't want to do that. Oop, there's something. How far? Almost 9 kilometers. We're going to ignore that one. Again, sorry for coughing the mic. I just can't be bothered to click the mute button. Oh, there we go. There's another one. That one's 9 kilometers away, but something just showed up right below us. is it? Where is it? Okay, we're gonna go for this one. I think it was too close that it disappeared and then it showed up again. Like you have to get within like 200 to get it to show up again, and I was in that sweet spot of it not showing up. So I'm just gonna go towards this one. It showed up at about 4 kilometers. That's what the last one was. Maybe this will be what we're looking for. It hasn't shown up as a asteroid yet, and we're at 1.2 kilometers away. I think we're good. All right, let's just slow down, get nice and low. There we go. More gems. That one's way over there. Perfect. Yeah, not bad. Okay, didn't take me long to find more. And then probably I flew over ones a moment ago. These ones look a different color. Are they a different color? Maybe not. All right, let's go land here. Where are they? Oh, they're right in front of me. Okay, so let's move a little bit. Put them off to the side again. That should be okay. So off we go to our rock. Do a little bit more mining. Now, I don't know if I'm necessarily going to show you the entire mining of this node because, once again, it's going to be the same thing. But we're going to see what it is. We're going to see how many rocks we have, and then we will take all of these back to sell. Now, you could sell at Anderson, where I was. You could also sell at the cities, at the admin terminals, and at space stations. So, got a lot of options to sell your rocks that you find. And by putting them to your ship inventory, they're pretty safe as long as your ship doesn't blow up. So if you abandon your rock somewhere, you don't have to worry about it. If you claim it, you don't have to worry about it. So we're going to get down off this ramp here. And... oh, those might be Hadnite again. What does it say? Hadnite! Look at that. And it looks like about another 10 Hadnite rocks. So, pretty good. I'm going to mine all these. I'm going to leave you while I do this. I'm in the extraction mode. How do I... I'm hitting the right button. It's not turning it on or off. Okay, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to get the mining to work correctly. And then I'm going to show you how many gems total I was able to mine. There we go. Fracture mode. So, on to the results. So we've mined our goods, heading back to the ship, and look at this. We have another 376 Hadnite. So that was a lot more than our first run. So we've got a total of 667 Hadnite. Not bad at all. What a haul. So we're going to take this. We're going to go sell this. We could, like I said, go to Anderson, but I just want to store my ship. And the reason I want to store my ship at like a station or a city is then the rock is inside the ship when it's stored. And when I take it out, as long as I haven't claimed it, it's already there. I can head out and do a little bit more mining again. So we're going to just take off here. We're going to fly away, and we're going to see how much profit we made. How much money did 2 different nodes of Hadnite get us? What a beautiful shot as we head towards space. I love this game. Oh, even though I haven't been playing much lately, it just makes me happy just to fly this ship around in space. So cool. Alright, we're up, already out of the atmosphere. We're going to go to orbital marker 1, and from there, we're going to set our route home.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel.
So up in the search, I'm going to go for Lorville. Going to select Lorville. And hopefully this worked. It seems to have. Perfect. There's the planet there. Beautiful shot. As we leave the moon behind. Oh, amazing. And on to Lorville.
Quantum travel.
Probably in the dark. Seems like it. Although it might be just kind of on the edge of the sun, just peeking over the horizon.
Quantum travel engaged.
I do like coming in for landings at Lorville. We're getting close to the spaceport here. Once we get close, we're just going to request a landing in a hangar. I'm trying to think when the patch comes out with persistent hangars. Should I choose Lorville? Should I choose Area 18? Should I choose New Babbage? I do not think I'm going to choose Crusader. So I don't ever really go to New Babbage. Should I go there or something entirely different?
Down.
I kind of like Lorville, though. So it might be where I end up. So there's a hangar there.
Landing gear up.
Come around this tower here. I would like it as if you had a hangar.
Alert.
The marker would show up a lot farther. It would make it easier than just the light tower at ArcCorp. You could see through the fog and have a pip showing you where you're supposed to go. But we're going to come in here. Nice landing. It would be also nice if you could have hangars that opened at the front as opposed to the top. I do like the fly-in straight landing as opposed to the come-down straight landing, but I don't think that's going to be an option. Maybe if they ever have the asteroid one, that might be, but who knows what's going to happen with the whole AeroView and industrial. I don't know what's going to happen with those hangars. There we go.
Engines off.
Landed. Engines off. And let's go to the admin terminal. And we're going to sell our goods. We're now at L19, looking out over the spaceport. This is right near the Habs, so if you come out of the Habs. We're going to go to admin. So normally we're going to go left to the trains. Instead we're going right. As soon as you see the security sign, you know you're on the right path. You just need to take a right, and there's admin. Easy to find, easy to get to if you know where to look. There's no terminals outside. I noticed some of the admin stations have terminals outside. This one doesn't. All right, let's do some selling here. I don't know if I need to click that sell. Do that anyways. And we're going to choose our goods. So we have all our plants and everything here. I realize this isn't working because I'm in Lorville. I didn't actually put them in Lorville. They're in the Star Runner. There we go, Star Runner. There we go. Wait for a second. 667 units. Sell those. See how much we make. 137,500. That's for selling 500. So you can only sell them, I guess, in blocks of 500. So we're going to have to sell another 167. So click those. Click. There we go. Another 45,000. Confirm. And there we go. So we made more than enough to pay for our rock. And that was just from 2 nodes of mining. Just having some fun, relaxing. And we're now up to 2.42 million UEC. Well on our way to getting ourselves a new ship. I'm thinking I'm going to go for a Vulture next, and we can do a little bit more salvage. Once they get rid of the RMC dupe, which hopefully by the time this video comes out, that has been fully dealt with. Until next time, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you all soon in the verse. Thanks for sticking with me, and hopefully I'm going to start feeling better soon. Goodbye, everyone. Have an awesome, awesome day, and have a great time during Alien Week and Xenothreat. Goodbye.